really feel it, the real therapeutic spots when you're working like on the different tendons and ligaments and that around the knee. Feels good.
Feels good. And a lot of the times we overcomplicate things and go, oh, I need to go and get a scan, where the scan doesn't necessarily show you what's happening when the body's moving, right? It just shows you a photo of that particular joint and not how it functions. So guys, Darcy Ninja here. Today we're focusing on Ninja's patella and in particular his knee pain. So he's not suffering from any knee pain, but I've had a client in yesterday, so it's fresh on my mind, that was suffering from knee pain. We did a 45-minute treatment on it, so I'm going to fast track that for you today in 10 or 15 and got some really good results. He was a footballer, so I think it was an overuse thing of his quad where he's doing a lot of the same action, a lot of kicking. It was his kicking leg, and just offloading some of the scarring and the jarring that happens in the patella and the muscles that attach in and around this area. So if you come and have a look over here at bones, what I like to do is when I'm treating, like I'm actually treating these tiny little like bony landmarks. So how a thumb might fit in here or how a thumb might fit on the top there. All of here is where we have ligaments that attach on the outside, in through the middle there, and the muscles that cover that area as well, and obviously the fascia. So what we do is get some wax on my palm and then just do a nice broad stroke as a warm-up. So like picking up the slack of that fascia, you can see the slack there. So picking that up first. My force isn't down towards the floor, it's more up and across. Because if you push straight down on that patella, you're gonna cause more irritation underneath that patellofemoral pain, or the fat pad that also might be already, I don't know, put too much force through too much strain, and that could be making things worse. So the direction of your treatment and where you apply your pressure is important. So I'm going to go through the medial part here because I just feel like that's going to be helpful and just show you how you can apply your body work in different directions. You can go straight over the top of the knee, you can go through the middle here, through the medial side, sorry. Have a little bit of a clean out of that vastus medialis, the muscle on the inside of the knee, which often we find is underworking and weak. And in a healthy knee, we want, I guess, a good relationship between our quads and our hamstrings, and making sure that each of those muscle groups are firing and working together. And sometimes they get because of compensation in the body, the way we run, our body generally tries to cheat and find alternate ways. If we get pain, or if we get build up or something where we're not getting the range of motion or the movement in our hip or our ankle, our knee becomes the issue. So having a little bit of a go through the medial part there of our VMO. Yeah, as I said, that guy can be usually the culprit that becomes weak, and we get in there, have a little bit of a treatment of it, stimulate it, and then strengthen it in the gym with either some slant board squats, some sissy squats. If these names don't mean anything to you, you can do a little bit of research, and putting some load through the knee is actually going to be healthy for it. Sometimes we think we just need a rest. Rest isn't going to fix it. You're better off doing the body work, getting the blood flow, getting all those blood vessels and capillaries moving and flowing. So there's some stuff through the medial side. And then I'm going to show, how does that feel for you? Yeah, like it's always a nasty little spot in there as well.
You always really feel it, the real therapeutic spots when you're working like on the different tendons and ligaments and that around the knee. Feels good.
Feels good. And a lot of the times we overcomplicate things and go, oh, I need to go and get a scan, where the scan doesn't necessarily show you what's happening when the body's moving, right? It just shows you a photo of that particular joint and not how it functions. So there might be bone spurs, there might be a problem with your labrum or your meniscus, but that might not be the reason that it's causing pain. It could just be in the soft tissue. So then all of a sudden you've gone on this to this specialist and this surgeon, and you've had this surgery, and all of a sudden they've cleaned out the meniscus that was hanging, and this, that, and the other, and you actually could have gone without it and just gone and got some good body work, release the soft tissues. That's where the pain actually resided, and moved forward in life with skipping those steps and going through all that trauma of surgery and the costs and the time off work and all of that sort of stuff. So simplify things first. Go and see a good body worker and just take some of the load off your knees. And sorry, you can't see much when I use that, but when I'm using the palm, it just feels so nice. I'll show you with the thumb so you can see more for Leo, but yeah, this is a little bit of like day surgery. We're filing away the collagen and the build up from that. The jarring and the forces that we put through our knees from either our sport or in our gym, or if you're a labourer that's on your knees, you know, floor tiler or carpet layer or something like that, where you're on your knees a lot. Concreters, or you're sedentary and you're the opposite to that, which we talk about that. Ninja just spoke about it in the video about the neck. We can also be, not getting enough movement through our joints. Our joints need that synovial fluid. The way we get that is by movement. Otherwise we rust up and we jar up, and it's like, something that's sat near the ocean for too long and it hasn't been cleaned and moved. It's just sat there for 6 months, and all of a sudden it's got this big layer of white rust and salt and crap around it. That's essentially what arthritis and these types of things can look like and become, right? So movement is also medicine. And yeah, it's can sometimes be a double-edged sword with the too much movement, not enough body work, or not enough movement, not enough body work. There's always the underlying factor is do the body work.
Yeah.
Get the treatment, get the service, get the movement going in there. So what I'm going to do is park there and then get on a little topic, because Ninja did a little bit of solo travel 9 years ago.
A bit longer.
I think it was 10 years ago. Yeah. 10 or 11 years ago, maybe.
12 years ago, man.
12 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've just come back from 20 days on my own in America and Mexico, back to America, and just talking about the highs and lows, the benefits, the experiences, and everything in between. And I think it's something that for myself I was challenged with so many things that I had to overcome and organise and do, but then I think the reward from doing it was just so worth it that I encourage you to get out of the comfort zone and go and experience something. If you are on your own, you're feeling a bit lonely or a bit challenged or a bit lost, go and do something like, go and see something that you really want to do, For me, it was go and watch LeBron James play the Lakers, and I got to see that and I was like so happy. I couldn't believe how happy I was. Pinch myself moment. I was there, I was filming it, I was like, oh my God, I was calling all my mates or texting my friends or sending videos or just go and do, the highs of that was just incredible and worth every cent. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a broad stroke through the outside layer here. And then there's the opposite to that was, sometimes there was the moments where you do have breakfast and lunch and dinner and breakfast and lunch and dinner and breakfast, and all of a sudden you've had 3 meals 4 days in a row on your own, and you do get a little bit lonely or something like that, and you're faced with the emotions and maybe trauma and maybe some things that is going on in your life that you probably haven't dealt with or sat with or leaned into. And that was cool as well, because I think that's where a lot of maturity and growth can happen, and it did for me. And yeah, there was like moments of real sadness and real loneliness, but also some like moments of it's okay to feel a bit sad and a bit lonely. Like it's this isn't the worst thing in the world. It's just part of like being a human and part of my experience and what I need to overcome some challenges. And the next time I'm faced with this, I can deal with it because I've dealt with it before, and it's just, you know. But also, one thing I learnt is human connection and how important that is for me, and how much I enjoy being more of an extrovert. There's introvert, there's extroverts. I enjoy talking to, doesn't matter if it's there was one moment I'm sitting there with a French dude that doesn't speak any English. We're doing Google Translate and we're chatting about our lives. And there's another time I'm sitting with a hot Spanish girl, and, you know, and everything in between, you know. I'm like, I'm loving hitting on this girl, and I'm also enjoying hearing about this French guy's life and his, you know, what's going on. And yeah, out of that, I just go, it doesn't matter if I'm trying to hit on this hot Spanish chick or get to know this French guy or chat with this American dude that knows nothing about Australia. I just really did enjoy creating friendships and meeting people and hearing their story and sharing mine. And yeah, I think sometimes Australians can be a little bit closed off in the aspect of just staying in our comfortable friendship group, family, repetition, getting out of that and changing that up a little bit, seeing the world, meeting other people, understanding different cultures. Like America's culture is totally different to ours, Mexicans totally different again, and just, yeah, meeting people from all places of the world was really cool. I encourage it. I reckon give it a go. Ninja did it 12 years ago. Did you think that was a life-changing moment for you, or what do you take away or remember?
I suppose what we're getting at, I met Darcy's dad 12 years ago. It's in about January 2013.
Yeah.
I met Darcy's dad, and I said, when Darcy finishes his course, I'll give him a job. So it was like these sliding door moments. But I agree with Darcy, like you're going to be challenged. Like being by yourself is, it's not comfortable, not for everybody anyway. But we are very much social creatures, and connection is currency, I'm going to say. So,
definitely.
So
you get that tattooed on you.
Yeah, I've got it on my back right now, actually.
Yeah.
So on the singlet. So and like when you do make the effort to go out, you know, in the street, in public, wherever it might be. It can be just the beach, or it doesn't have to be at bars and stuff. It can just be doing everyday life stuff. And you do have a chance to smile and chat with somebody. It can be just a smile. It makes you feel good. You know, you're richer for it. And if you can have a conversation, you can help someone with directions, whatever it might be, it's meaningful.
Yeah.
But if you don't get out there, you're not in the game. You're not playing. You're playing small.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just don't know what's around the corner. We don't know. Like Jace had a car accident on the weekend. You just don't know what's going to happen.
He could have been much worse off for that. You know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I agree that the small gestures, the small act of kindness, I'm very generous, and I spent a lot of money and
buying people drinks.
Buying people drinks, or shouting food, or taking a girl out, paying for the whole night, or paying for a booth. But I don't know, I really enjoyed like being able to do that and having the ability to do that. But yeah, I agree. I think the small acts of kindness, just a wave or a smile or a nod of your head to somebody, can light somebody up. I just got a message from Mum just then. I just read it, and she goes, the lady in line just bought me my coffee, and she said, you can't receive love. Oh, I'm going to have to get this fucking message now. If you're not open to, you can't give love unless you're open to receiving it, or something along those lines. And she goes, I've got goosebumps. I feel so amazing. Somebody just bought her a coffee, you know? For $5, but that small act of kindness, that gesture, lit up my mum so much that she got goosebumps, that she's going to have a smile on her face for the next day or two, and that ripple on to the next, you know, friendship or relationship. Maybe she buys the next person a coffee or does something kind to somebody else. It's broken down on the side of the road, or needs to borrow a lawnmower, or whatever the hell it is. You know, humans can be amazing when we want to be. And there's also the other end of that, and there's horribleness and darkness and a lot of cruelty in the world. So for you to be as kind, generous, empathetic, loving, supporting as you can be, that's what I think I got out of travel, was just, how good people can be, and how building new connections and relationships with people all over the world, and the confidence as well. I think that was a big one. Like, I'm pretty confident, but scary. Like, I walk up the beach, and I didn't. Sometimes I had the intention where I'm like, I want to meet a good-looking person, a good-looking girl. Other days I didn't feel like it, but I walk up the beach and I'm looking. I've just got the eyes going a little bit over here, wondering. She's not my type. She's good, but she's got a boyfriend, or she's don't go over there. And then you just walk up and sit down next to somebody, and they don't speak a word of English, and they only speak Spanish. You go, oh shit, this is going to be hard. You fail. That one doesn't work. You go and sit next to somebody else, and you get all this confidence, and all of a sudden you're going out with that girl and going for dinner. You go home, get changed, and go out for the night and have this amazing night with a total stranger who doesn't speak any English, and she's from Argentina or something like that. And it's just like, it's cool how two worlds can collide, and just meeting new people, the joy that brings, and the confidence you gain out of just going up to a total stranger and sparking up a conversation. Yeah.
That's awesome, Darcy.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah. We've all got stories, haven't we?
Yeah, yep.
We all want to be seen, don't we? We want to have connection and loved and appreciated for who we authentically are. I think it's, you don't want to be faking it all your life, who you are and what you're into. And so that's what we want. So it's cool, man.
Yeah, solo travel, there's definitely a lot of growth and a lot of soul searching to it.
Yeah.
Yep. You'll learn a lot too. Like, I've, had some moments where I fucked up and spent too much money here, or got ripped off there, or got blackout drunk here, or something that I wasn't proud of, and then you lean into that bit as well, and you learn. And without trying it, I don't think you learn. And if we're not learning, we're not living. So
you're growing.
You're growing, aren't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a little chat and a comprehensive knee treatment. So if you've got knee pain, the idea is to focus on, the patella tendon, work into these ligaments. Where is it? Is it in the side? Is it the IT band? Is it related to the medial part of the knee? Do we need to come in here and file away some of the scar tissue that's built up in there from the force that we've been putting through there? So knee pain, bodywork is really important. Make sure you do book in with one of our practitioners here. We've got a location in Richmond, we've got a location here out in Ferntree Gully, and one of us will fix you up. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the chat, and we'll see you next time.
Done.